days of Elijah, declaring the word of the Lord.
Welcome to Love's Last Call with Evangelist Carol Ann of Agape Light Ministries. Please open your hearts to hear an anointed message that will encourage and empower you to walk in the love and light of God's Word.
Beloved, we are in part 3 of The Stage is Being Set, and today I will continue to review some of the many components that will comprise the Antichrist's new one-world order, and how these technical, scientific, and religious mechanisms are converging even now. This information becomes very important, especially when we realize that we are the first generation of true believers in Jesus Christ the Lord, who can actually expect his soon return. And in that expecting, we have been exhorted to watch, with part of that watching involving being aware of what is happening behind the scenes, as the people of earth live out their normal routines of everyday life, not even realizing that the world is spiraling toward a universal infrastructure that is being prepared for the man of lawlessness, also known as the Antichrist. One of the many indicators that the stage is being set for this global control to be fully implemented is considered in a commentary entitled, "The Coming Global Brain, How the Antichrist Will Counterfeit the Divine Attributes of God." In it, they offer the question of will the Antichrist and the false prophet use a highly advanced version of the Internet to unleash their evil tyranny upon planet Earth. I will be gleaning from the information they offer in answer to that possible scenario. With all the credible information that has been made available to us thus far, it has become very certain that technology and the coming mark of the beast are joined at the hip. The development of new platforms and applications is nearly impossible to keep up with, and the capabilities of the systems now being birthed are far beyond the comprehension of the average person. Being birthed is an appropriate description because much of what is on the horizon, and even now being implemented, has characteristics we would formerly only attribute to humanity. In this day and age, most stay in touch with current trends by closely following them, while trying to maintain an illusion of relevance by learning the latest catchphrases by which they are named. But there is one recent catchphrase that might be considered to be quite ominous. It is what has been dubbed the global brain. Wikipedia describes it as follows. The global brain is a metaphor for the planetary information and communications technology network, or ICT, that interconnects all humans and their technological artifacts. As this network stores ever more information, takes over ever more functions of coordination and communication from traditional organizations, and becomes increasingly more intelligent, it increasingly plays the role of a brain for the planet Earth. The World Wide Web in particular resembles the organization of a brain, with its web pages playing a role similar to synapses, together forming an associative network, along which information propagates. Such propagation is similar to the spreading activation that neural networks in the brain use to process information in a parallel distributed manner. The catchphrase global brain is not exactly a new one. The term was coined in 1982 by Peter Russell in his book, The Global Brain. Since then, there are many think tanks and other ventures which have sprung up, which are devoted entirely to the study and development of technology associated with this concept, such as the Global Brain Group, founded in 1996 by Francis Hay-Lighton and Ben Gritzel, the Global Brain Institute, or GBI, founded in 2012 by the MIT Center for Collective Intelligence, and the Nervous Net Group, who have recently started developing a planetary nervous system, which includes a global participatory platform as part of the large-scale future ICT project. Many others could be added to a rapidly growing list. In today's various technology sectors, everyone who is anyone has their focus on the rapid evolution of the IoT, which stands for Internet of Things, seeking an understanding of what it will take to ensure them a slice of the action. As things are developing in such a rapid manner, tech giants are increasingly worried they might get left behind and find themselves stuck with systems which, although they are currently top-of-the-line equipment, may suddenly become outdated and of extremely low value. A good example is that AT&T, which a few years back sold their complete network of cell towers to Crown Castle for what was considered a very reasonable price of $4.85 billion. Why would a communications giant sell off the very infrastructure they have spent years and countless dollars constructing? Exactly what is their eye for the future gazing upon? You guessed it, the rapidly evolving system called the global brain. We are now starting to get a good picture of the future incarnation of the World Wide Web, and with it, a clear picture of the possible format of the beast system that Revelation 13 reveals will be utilized to control the entire world. A new 5G, known as fifth generation system, is rapidly being improved upon, with 6Gs launching, being targeted for 2030. There is definitely something very significant about the year 2030, because we see it not only as the World Economic Forum's target date to implement their complete global reset and their transhumanism goals, but we are seeing it pop up in other elitist goals as well. These capabilities are being rapidly developed in conjunction with the deployment of a vast new satellite network. We live in an age where technology advances so rapidly, and new platforms are so quickly implemented upon their development, often while they're still in development, that we could very well see things in use just a couple of short years from now that haven't even been thought of yet. Not to mention the complex systems and data mining algorithms currently in use that are so advanced that the average person would not even be able to describe them. The human brain, as God created it, is an amazing computer in itself. The connectivity and potential for data transfer and storage in our brain is nearly unfathomable. Even conservative estimates place the human brain at upwards of 1,000 trillion synaptic connections, which some claim would be equal to a computer with a 1 trillion bit per second processor. What could possibly rival that? The answer is the quantum computer, a rapidly evolving computing technology capable of handling information in such vast quantities and unbelievable speeds that it is reaching levels many are saying approaches a self-aware intelligence. The processing power and data storage of the next generation computers, which some claim are already here, we just haven't been clued in yet, will surpass the capabilities of the amazing human brain. This is referred to as the singularity by brainiacs, or the day when the computers become smarter than humans. If you think that this is just hyperbole, please do some research on the latest breakthroughs in computing systems, data transfer, and data storage. There are developing innovations in this area that will make the lightning speed processing of today's computers seem like an octogenarian out for a stroll in comparison. The result will be a network of computing systems so complex and powerful that it will be able to monitor not only the entire history of a person's archived information, which is much more advanced than most imagine, but also the real-time data associated with their location, activities, and ongoing conversations. An indescribably powerful, non-human intelligence keeping an eye on humanity and able to ingest and digest this information on each and every person at the same time and on an ongoing basis, all feeding a constant stream of data to the ever-watchful global brain. The scriptures speak of an evil world-encompassing entity which will dominate and decimate the planet in the final years of this era. The Antichrist, also known as the man of sin, will be the fulfillment of Lucifer's twisted desire and prideful plan to become like God and to rule over humanity, and to be worshipped and revered by the masses. In order for Satan's false Christ to counterfeit the role of the true Messiah, and to show himself as such to the masses, he must also be able to counterfeit the attributes of God, such as God's sovereignty, God's omnipresence, God's omnipotence, and God's wrath. Though in himself he lacks the ability to do so, through a vast network of artificial intelligence computers, communicating with the Internet of Things through the 5G/6G Internet system, the Antichrist will be able to execute a command and control of this earth that will quite remarkably counterfeit the divine attributes of the Lord God Almighty. And the Antichrist-controlled beast system will not be the only evil beast to arise in that day. The coming false prophet will impose, through a false claim of divine authority, a regimen of outrageous demands concerning worship of the Antichrist and the conducting of commerce through the mark of the beast, with a death sentence mandated for those who refuse to comply. And, as in a similar manner as the Antichrist, the false prophet will be empowered to implement and enforce his unholy dictates through the amazingly immense system of the global brain, the 5G/6G system, and the multiplied billions of devices that chain mankind to the Internet of Things. And this is where we must pause for now, beloved. In our next segment, we will pick up where we left off today, as we continue to investigate the many indicators which give credence to the certainty that the stage is being set for the Antichrist global reign, but more importantly, for the fulfillment of God's prophetic word of truth, which holds within it the promise that as his blood-bought offspring, we are safe in him, and that what awaits the born-again children of God is far more wonderful and majestic than we could even begin to imagine. Therefore, please do not despair as these last days realities are being revealed to us with stay alert warning. Rather, rejoice and look up, for the best is yet to come. And, as always, beloved, I bid you his agape.
You've been listening to Love's Last Call with Evangelist Carol Ann of Agape Light Ministries. If you have a prayer request, please contact us at Agape Light Ministries, P.O. Box 6313, Chesterfield, Missouri 63006, or via our website at www.agapelightministries.com. Again, that's www.agapelightministries.com.